They sold Amanda like a burden to a poor man with torn shoes and a walking stick. No bride price. No respect. No love. But as soon as she said, "I do," Beggar removed his mask. "Tonight, you'll see how one hidden billionaire used poverty as a test, and how one girl's kindness changed her destiny forever." Hey bestie, you know how life in Africa can be, full of drama, love, and unexpected turns. Today's story is one of those that will make you laugh, think, and maybe even tear up a little. So grab your tea, get comfortable, and let your bestie tell you a story. Don't forget to tell us where you are watching from in the comment. We'd love to hear what this story meant to you. Amanda was 19, but in Uncle Mike's house, she did not feel like a young girl. She felt like a house girl that nobody was paying. Every day started the same way. Before anyone woke up, Amanda was already in the kitchen. She swept the sitting room, washed last night's plates, warmed food, and made fresh pap or noodles for Beezy and Titi before school. If she delayed small, Auntie Funk's voice would rise from the bedroom. "Amanda, you want us to die of hunger before you move?" "Yes, Ma," Amanda would answer softly and move faster. Uncle Mike always said he took her in out of pity after her parents died. The way he said it, it sounded like a burden, not love. Whenever visitors came, he would talk loud so they could hear. "Since her father and mother died, I have been the one carrying her on my head, feeding her, clothing her. Children of nowadays don't even know how to say thank you." But the clothes on Amanda's body were old ones that Beezy and Titi had rejected. Her slippers were almost flat. Still, she never argued. After morning chores, she washed Titi's uniform if there was any stain. She ironed Beezy's church dress, even on weekdays, because Beezy liked to look fresh. She washed Uncle Mike's shirts by hand, scrubbing the collar and cuffs till her fingers hurt. If she missed one small stain, he would complain. "What are you even doing in this house? You can't go to school. You can't marry. You can't even wash cloth well," he would say, shaking his head. Auntie Funk was worse with words. "Look at you," she would sneer, eyeing Amanda from head to toe. "Just standing there like one unfortunate person. If not for us, you would be on the street eating from dustbin." Beezy and Titi copied their mother. They never lifted a finger to help. "Amanda, carry my bag. Amanda, wash my stockings. Amanda, fix my hair. Be fast now, are you a snail?" She would answer, "Okay," and do it. But outside the house, Amanda was different. She greeted neighbors politely. She helped the woman that sold akara to pack up in the evening. She carried bags for old women coming back from the bus stop. She never mocked anybody, even when others were laughing. Inside Uncle Mike's house, she was good for nothing. Outside, some people called her that quiet, fine girl. Amanda heard both. She carried both in her heart. But she refused to let their insults change her. Even when her back ached and her fingers were white from soap, she still chose to be kind. Deep inside, she told herself one simple thing. "I may not have anybody, but I still have my heart. I will not spoil it." The change started small, the way many big things start. One Saturday morning, Amanda was in the kitchen pounding pepper. The doorbell rang. Beezy rushed to the mirror, adjusted her wig, and smiled. "That must be Chike," she whispered to Titi. "He said he likes fair girls. Just watch." Chike entered with a small nylon of drinks. He greeted Uncle Mike and sat down. While they were talking, Amanda passed by to serve malt and biscuits. Her wrapper was simple, her hair packed back, her face bare. Chike looked up and stared a bit too long. "Good afternoon, sir," Amanda said and dropped the tray. "Good afternoon," he replied, eyes following her as she walked back to the kitchen. Later, when Auntie Funk went inside, Chike cleared his throat. "Sir, please, that girl that served the drink. Is she your daughter too?" Uncle Mike smiled wide. "Yes, now, my daughter Beezy." "No, sir, I mean the other one. The quiet one." The smile on Uncle Mike's face shifted. Beezy's face squeezed. Titi hissed low. "That one is my late brother's child," Uncle Mike said, his voice suddenly flat. "Forget her. Talk about Beezy." Chike laughed small, but his eyes moved again to the kitchen door. By the time he left that evening, his tone had changed. "Sir, I will think about it," he said. But when he shook hands, he turned to Amanda. "Goodbye," he said softly. It did not end there. Another man came some weeks later. This one was a church brother that Auntie Funk had targeted for Titi. He came, greeted, and sat. As usual, Amanda passed carrying a bucket of water. He watched her quietly, then later pulled Uncle Mike aside. "Sir, please, who is that girl?" "The one that carried water. She has a calm face." When he left, Auntie Funk's anger exploded. So it is you they are seeing in this house? She shouted, dragging Amanda's old gown. We dress my daughters, we cream their body, we buy wig, but they are still asking of you? What did you put in your skin? I didn't do anything, Ma, Amanda said, shaking. Beezy stepped forward. Stop forming innocent. You think we don't see the way you walk up and down this house? That night, Uncle Mike sat in the sitting room, his chest still hot. From today, he said, pointing at Amanda, I am warning you. You will not use this your face to block my daughter's chance again. I swear, you will not marry a good man. I will give you to any useless poor man that comes, so you will know you are nothing. His words hung in the air like a curse. Amanda swallowed, her throat tight, but she did not answer. She only held her wrapper and went back to the small corner that they called her room, her heart shaking, even though her face was calm. 2 weeks after Uncle Mike's curse, it happens. Amanda is rinsing plates in the backyard when she hears a man's voice in the sitting room. It is not a loud voice. It is calm and low. She wipes her hands and peeps from the passage. A man is sitting on the edge of the chair. His trouser is faded, his shirt rough. One small walking stick rests by his leg. His sandals are old. His hair is cut low, but his face is neat. He looks like one of those men that move from street to street, doing any small job they see. My name is Kola, he says quietly. I don't have plenty, sir, but I can take care of one woman. Uncle Mike leans forward, interest already in his eyes. So you want to marry? Yes, sir. You work? Uncle asks. Yes, sir. I do small business. I am still managing, but I will not let your daughter suffer. Amanda's heart jumps at that word. She looks down quickly, so nobody will see her. Uncle Mike clears his throat. Things are hard. To marry is not beans. Do you have money for bride price? Kola smiles small. I don't have much, sir. I can only bring a small token. But if you give me the girl, I will treat her well. Uncle Mike sits back, thinking. A man had just come on his own, asking for the same girl he has been threatening. The same girl he said he would give to a useless poor man. This girl I want to give you, Uncle says slowly. She is stubborn. People say she is fine, and it is entering her head. Are you sure you can handle her? Yes, sir, Kola replies. His voice does not shake. I am sure. They talk some more in low tones. Amanda cannot hear everything, but she sees the moment Uncle Mike's eyes shine. She knows that look. It is the look he has when he wins something. That night, after dinner, he calls everyone to the sitting room. Sit down, he says. His voice is serious, but his mouth is already smiling. I have good news. Beezy and Titi drop their phones and sit. Amanda stands near the door, holding her hands together. Amanda, Uncle says, congratulations. You are getting married. She blinks. Sir, I have found husband for you. His name is Kola. He came today. He is ready to marry you sharp. No long story. Her chest feels tight. Uncle, I don't know him. Keep quiet, Annie Funk snaps. Do you see me arguing when God wants to remove load from my head? Beezy laughs. So our madam has finally found husband. Beggar's wife. Titi joins. Amanda Adebayo, wife of poor Kola with walking stick, she sings. Uncle Mike raises his hand for silence. The wedding will be in a few days. No wasting time. As I said before, any poor man that agrees to carry you, I will give you to him. And now God has answered. Amanda looks around the room. Every face is set. She knows there is no space for her voice here. She presses her lips together and nods once, but inside, her heart is shaking. The next day, Amanda is sweeping the front of the house when she sees him again. Kola is standing by the gate, holding his small walking stick. His clothes are still rough, but today they look a bit neater. He greets quietly. Good afternoon. Amanda's hand tightens on the broom. Good afternoon, sir. He smiles a little. You can call me Kola. She nods but says nothing. Her chest is still heavy from last night. Is Uncle Mike at home? He asks. Yes, sir. He is inside. I will wait, Kola says, moving to one side. There is silence for a while. Amanda sweeps, trying not to look at him. But she can feel his eyes on her, not in a bad way, just watchful. After some minutes, he speaks again. I know you are not happy, he says quietly. She stops sweeping. Sir, I know you did not plan this marriage, he says. His English is smooth, simple, not like someone that stopped school early. I just want to say, I am not here to punish you. Amanda looks at him properly for the first time. His shirt may be faded, but his posture is straight. His eyes are clear, not desperate. Before she can answer, Andy Funk's voice comes from inside. Kola, You are here? Come in, Jer. Leave that girl. She likes to pretend. He follows Annie Funk in, and the moment is gone. That night, after everyone has eaten, Amanda goes to the back of the house to rinse pots. The compound is quiet. She is almost done when she hears footsteps. Amanda, a soft voice says. She turns. It is Kola, standing a little distance away, walking stick by his side. Sorry to disturb you, he says. I just wanted to talk small, if you don't mind. She hesitates, then nods. He does not come too close. I know they did not ask your opinion before agreeing to this marriage, he begins. I know that is not fair. Amanda looks down at the wet pot in her hand. In this house, they don't ask me anything, she says, her voice low. Kola sighs. Listen, I will not force you to do what you don't want. If after the wedding you feel you cannot stay with me, I will let you go. I will not hold you like prisoner. She looks up, surprised. You will let me go? Yes, he says simply. I wanted a wife, but not a slave. Not someone that is crying every day. Nobody has ever spoken to her like that. Not uncle. Not auntie. Not anybody. Why me? She asks quietly. There are many girls. He thinks for a moment. Because you greeted me with respect the first day I passed here, he replies. You gave me water when others looked away. I noticed. Amanda's throat feels tight. She remembers that day. To her, it was nothing big. I am still afraid, she admits. It's okay to be afraid, Kola says. Just know this. I will not raise my hand on you. I will not insult you the way they do. Whatever happens next, I will try to make sure you are not worse than before. A small, strange peace touches her heart. The fear is still there, but now something else is standing beside it. She watches him as he turns to go. For a moment, his walk is straight, then he remembers and leans on the stick again. Amanda frowns slightly. This man does not behave like other poor men she has seen. The wedding day came faster than Amanda expected. There was no talk of aso-ebi, no decoration, no cooking of special food. By morning, Auntie Funk just entered Amanda's corner and threw a black nylon on the bed. Wear that, she said. Your husband is coming. Amanda opened the nylon. It was an old cream lace gown with one torn sleeve and brown stain near the bottom. She held it carefully. Auntie, this cloth is torn, she said softly. Do you want me to buy new dress for you? Auntie Funk snapped. Be grateful you are even wearing lace at all. Some people marry in wrapper. Amanda kept quiet and changed. The gown hung loose on her shoulders. She did her hair by herself, packing it back roughly. She had no makeup, just dry lips and clean face. When she stepped into the sitting room, everyone was already seated. Uncle Mike wore his best native. Beezy and TT sat side by side, wrapper tied, looking like they were attending a burial, not a wedding. Their faces were tight. The pastor stood near the small center table, Bible in hand. On the table was only one plastic flower and a pen. Kola sat on the other side. His clothes were still simple, but today his shirt looked ironed. He held his walking stick, back straight, eyes calm. Amanda, come and sit, Uncle Mike said. His voice was loud, but his eyes did not look soft. She sat opposite Kola, hands on her lap. No music. No camera. Only the sound of the fan. Let us begin, the pastor said quickly. He opened his Bible and read a short verse about marriage, his voice fast like someone rushing to another program. Then he looked up. Do you, Kola, take Amanda as your wife? I do, Kola replied steady. And you, Amanda, do you take Kola as your husband? Amanda's throat felt dry. She glanced at Uncle Mike. His eyes were hard. Annie Funk was watching like a hawk. Beezy and TT were already smirking. She turned to Kola. His eyes were gentle, not mocking. I do, she whispered. By the power given to me, the pastor said, closing the Bible, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may go. That was it. No clap. No shouting. No rice. Kola stood up first and turned to her. Let's go, he said quietly. Amanda rose and followed him outside. Her heart was beating. She expected they would walk to the main road and start looking for bus. Instead, she saw a clean black SUV parked in front of the house. A man in neat shirt and trousers rushed to open the back door. Good afternoon, sir, the man said to Kola, head slightly bent. Sir. Amanda froze. Kola helped her into the car gently. She sat down, confused. The seats were soft, the air cool. As the SUV moved away from the compound, leaving Uncle Mike's house behind, Amanda looked at Kola, then at the driver, then back at Kola. Her voice came out small but firm. Please, who are you really? Kola looked at her for a moment. The car was quiet. My full name is Kola Adebayo, he said at last. Amanda frowned. The name sounded familiar. She had seen it before. On buses. On signboards. On big shops along the main road. Adebayo, which Adebayo? She asked slowly. He nodded. Adebayo Group. Transport, small estate, warehouse, that one. Her mouth opened a little. She stared at his simple shirt, the old walking stick, then at his calm face. You own it, she whispered. Yes, he replied. I am not the driver. I am not a worker. It is my company. Amanda sat back, mind running. For years, people in the area had talked about one Adebayo that was very rich but quiet. She never imagined she would be sitting beside him. But why did you come to our house like that? She asked. With rough cloth. With stick. His eyes grew serious. Because of your uncle, he said. Because of what he did to my family. She turned to face him fully. Uncle Mike? Yes. He took a small breath. Many years ago, my father was still building the company. He was not a big man yet, but he was doing well. Your uncle was working with him. He was like family. They trusted him. Amanda's chest tightened. There was one land deal in Lagos, Kola continued. Good land. If it worked, it would move the business forward. Your uncle brought the link. He handled the papers. My father trusted him. He paused, his jaw tight. But your uncle lied, Kola said quietly. He forged some documents. He collected money from our side and from the other side. The land was not clean. When Walla started, they dragged my father's name everywhere. People said he was greedy. They said he was a thief. Amanda felt cold inside. My father lost a lot, Kola went on. Money, respect, peace. He tried to stand strong, but it broke him. He fell sick. He never really recovered. One night, he slept and did not wake up. I didn't know, Amanda whispered. Nobody told me. Of course they did not, Kola said. Your uncle kept quiet and moved on. But I did not forget. I took what was left. I worked, I saved, I grew the business back slowly. I did not rush to show my face. I was watching. He looked at her gently. When I came back to that house dressed like a poor man, I wanted to see something, he said. I wanted to see if there was any good heart left there. Your uncle insulted me. Your aunt looked down on me. Your cousins laughed. But you, Amanda swallowed. You greeted me, Kola said. You gave me water. You did not laugh. You did not treat me like dirt. You did not know who I was. You thought I had nothing, and you were still kind. He held her eyes. I did not choose you because I pity you, Amanda, he said softly. I chose you because, in that whole house, you were the only one who treated me like a human being. Amanda did not say anything for the rest of the ride. She just held her wrapper and looked out of the window, trying to swallow everything she had heard. After some time, the SUV turned off the main road and entered a quiet street. The gate in front of them slid open by itself. They drove into a wide compound and stopped. The driver came down quickly and opened the back door. Welcome, sir, he said. Then he looked at Amanda. Welcome, madam. Madam. Amanda stepped out slowly. The house in front of her was big. Not like Uncle Mike's Face Me, I Face You. This one was wide, with strong walls and a tall door. A few staff stood by the entrance, waiting. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, madam. They all greeted. Amanda almost looked behind to see if they were talking to someone else. Kola just nodded and held her hand gently. This is your home now, he said. Inside, everything was neat and arranged. The chairs, the stairs, the pictures on the wall. Amanda felt like she had entered one of those houses she only saw in films on TV. Her steps were small. Kola watched her quietly. Come, he said. I want to show you something. He led her to a room at the back of the house and opened the door. Inside, there were sewing machines, a big cutting table, and shelves with folded cloth. My mum used to sew here, he said. His voice became softer. Even when money came, she still sewed for women who could not pay full price. Widows, young girls, people that life was pressing. Amanda walked in slowly and touched one of the machines. It feels peaceful, she said. He smiled. She believed that if God lifts you, you must lift others. Not only with money, but with chance. Amanda stood there, quiet. Something in the room made her chest feel full. You remind me of her, Kola said. Simple. Kind. Stronger than you know. Amanda looked down. I don't feel strong, she replied. I just got tired of fighting in my mind. So I kept quiet. He nodded. Still, you did not become wicked. That is strength. For the next few days, she moved around the house slowly. A new room, new clothes, food without insult, staff calling her madam with respect. Her body was here, but part of her mind was still in that small corner in Uncle Mike's house. One evening, as they sat at the dining table, Kola spoke. "What do you want to do about them?" he asked. "Your uncle, your aunt, your cousins." Amanda looked at her plate for a long time. "I don't want revenge," she said at last. "I just want them to see that I am not cursed. I want them to see what God did for me, so they will know they were wrong." Kola did not rush. He waited a few days, watched Amanda settle a little more. Then one morning at breakfast he said, "Are you ready?" She knew what he meant. Her spoon paused over her tea. "Yes," she said quietly. "Let's go." By mid-morning, the black SUV was parked in front of the house again. Kola wore a neat blue suit this time, with a simple wristwatch. No walking stick. No rough shirt. He looked exactly like the kind of man people pointed at and whispered, "Big man." Amanda wore a clean, simple gown Kola's staff had helped her choose. Her hair was brushed, her face plain but fresh. The driver opened the back door. "We're going to your uncle's place," Kola reminded her. "I know," she replied. Her heart beat faster, but her legs were steady. When they turned into the familiar street on the mainland, children slowed their play. Neighbors stared. As the SUV stopped in front of Uncle Mike's compound, people came out of their rooms, wiping their hands on wrappers, whispering, "Who is that? It must be one politician." The driver came down and opened the door. Kola stepped out first, tall, straight. The whispers grew louder. Then Amanda stepped out after him. For a second, the whole compound became quiet. "Amanda," one neighbor breathed. "Is that not Mike's niece?" Annie Funk was at the doorway, holding a broom. Her mouth opened, but no sound came out. Beezy and Titi peeped from behind her. Uncle Mike came out last, eyes wide. Amanda did not rush. She stood beside Kola, shoulders relaxed, face calm. Kola turned to the driver. "Bring it," he said. The driver went to the boot and brought out a brown envelope. Kola walked up to Uncle Mike and held it out. "This is for you," he said. "Not money, just the truth you hid." Uncle Mike stared at the envelope like it would bite him. "What is this?" he asked. "Papers," Kola said. "Land deal. Fake signatures. Double money. My father's name. Your handwriting." Murmurs moved through the compound. Annie Funk shifted. Beezy and Titi froze. Amanda stepped forward. "Uncle," she said quietly, "you called me bad luck. You told people I was blocking your daughter's glory. You said I would marry a useless poor man. You threw me away like problem." Nobody answered. "But God did not throw me away," she continued. "He saw me. He sent someone to pick me from your insult and give me peace." Her eyes were bright but steady. "I did not come to disgrace you," Amanda said. "I came so you will know I am not cursed. I came so you will see that your words did not become my future." She reached into her small bag and brought out another envelope. "This one is money," she said, placing it on the bench. "Fix the leaking roof. Fix the broken door. At least the next person that sleeps here will not suffer the way I did." Auntie Funk opened her mouth, then closed it again. Beezy and Titi looked at the ground. Amanda took one last look at the compound that once held her like a cage. "Thank you for pushing me out," she said softly. "If you didn't, I would never have entered my real life." Then she turned, walked back to the SUV, and left them standing there, free at last. When the SUV left Uncle Mike's street, Amanda sat back and closed her eyes. Her body felt light, like somebody had finally removed a heavy load from her neck. "You did well," Kola said beside her. "I just said what was in my heart," she replied. "That is why it entered them," he answered. Days turned into weeks. Amanda's life began to take a new shape. She was no longer waking up to insults. She was waking up to plans. One evening, Kola brought up an idea. "You remember my mum's sewing room?" he asked. Amanda nodded. "Yes, I like that place. I want to do something in her memory," he said. "Not inside this house. Outside, for women who need help." Amanda's eyes brightened. "Like what?" "A small center," he explained, "where widows, single mothers, young girls like you can learn skills. Sewing, baking, small business sense, so they can stand on their own feet." Amanda did not even think twice. "Let's do it," she said. They found a simple building on the mainland and set it up. Nothing loud, just tables, sewing machines, ovens, and chairs. They told churches, local groups, and some neighbors. Slowly, women started coming. Some were older, with tired faces. Some were young, with babies tied to their backs. Some looked shy, like Amanda used to look. She moved among them, helping to thread needles, showing someone how to take measurements, tasting small chops from the baking class and smiling. "You can do it," she would say. "One day, people will pay you for this." She was not Adebayo Madam to them. She was just Amanda, the girl who understood what it meant to feel small. After some time, word about the center spread. One NGO invited Amanda to speak at a program for girls from poor homes. The hall was full of teenagers in simple clothes, slippers, and braids. Some looked bold, some looked broken. Amanda held the microphone with both hands. "My name is Amanda," she said. "I lost my parents when I was young. I lived with people who made me feel like I was nothing. I ate last. I slept anywhere. I wore old clothes." The hall was silent. "But one thing I did not lose," she continued, "was my heart. I refused to become wicked. I refused to stop being kind." She looked around slowly. "People will say you are too poor, too dull, too quiet. They may call you names. But listen well, you are not useless. You are enough. Don't let anybody remove your good heart." Some girls wiped their eyes. When the program ended, many of them rushed to her. "Auntie Amanda, thank you. Auntie, your story is like my own." They hugged her, one by one, holding on as if her words were something they could carry home. As she held them, Amanda knew that God had not only lifted her. He had given her a way to lift others too. After the girls' program that day, Amanda sat on the balcony with Cola, looking at the city lights far away. "You spoke well," he said. "I was just talking to my younger self," she replied. "The girl that used to think she was nothing." He watched her for a moment. "There is one place we have not gone together," he said quietly. "Where?" she asked. "Your parents' grave." Amanda went silent. She had not been there in a long time. Uncle Mike never cared to take her. Life in his house had swallowed all her days. "You're right," she said slowly. "I need to go." The next week, they drove to the small cemetery where her parents were buried. They did not come in a convoy. No noise. Just Amanda and Cola in a simple car, with flowers on her lap. When they reached the spot, she recognized the place at once. 2 small headstones side by side. Her chest grew tight, but her legs moved forward on their own. She knelt down and touched the stone with her name written under daughter of. "Mummy, Daddy," she said quietly. "It's me. Amanda." Her voice shook, but she did not cry like before. "I came to tell you something," she continued. "I made it. I am happy now. I am not hungry. I am not sleeping on floor. I am not crying every night in one small corner. God helped me. He sent someone to see me when others used me." She smiled a little. "I did not lose the good heart you taught me," she said. "Even when people talked anyhow, I did not turn bitter. I still try to be kind. Thank you for teaching me that." Cola stood a little distance away, giving her space, but his eyes were warm. When she finished praying, she stood up and dusted her knees. "In their name," she said to Cola as they walked back to the car, "I want to do more." "More?" he asked. "More centers," she said. "Not only one. All over Lagos. Later, other states. Places where women and girls can learn skills, feel safe, and hear that they are enough." Cola nodded. "We will do it," he said. Step by step. Months turned into years. The small women's center became many. Different parts of Lagos. Different faces. Same message. Sometimes journalists came to interview her. "Madam Amanda," they would ask, "what really changed your life? Was it marriage? Money? Luck?" She always gave the same simple answer. "Kindness," she said. "Kindness changed my life. My own and another person's." They would look surprised, waiting for a longer story, but she would just smile. She no longer saw herself as the poor girl they tried to destroy in one crowded compound. She saw herself as a woman who walked through fire and came out carrying water for others. Her past was still part of her, but it was no longer her cage. It was her testimony. And every time she looked at another quiet girl in old clothes and said, "You are enough," Amanda knew. She had truly become free. A bestie, that one touched deep, didn't it? Life really has a funny way of teaching us lessons through people we least expect. If you felt this story like I did, drop a yellow heart in the comments. And don't forget, your bestie's got more stories coming your way. So hit subscribe and stay close. Till next time, stay kind, stay real, and stay my bestie. Because you know your bestie never runs out of stories.